Hello. Welcome back with another video. And I wanted to come on here and bring y'all a topic that I just thought about, like the statement, because I don't know if I was watching something or reading something where, I'm pretty sure you've heard this your whole life. Nice guys finish last. Nice guys and gals finish last. And I just thought about this. First of all, if you're a person that follows scripture, you know that the Most High says that the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So even with that, I feel like us as people possibly could have been here many cycles, many different times. And, basically when we are the death and rebirth process and how our families continue to grow and move forward, I feel like there's going to be times where you are the first, and there's times where you're going to be the last. So you can always look at things from a different perspective and not necessarily go, well, the first, they ain't gonna, they eventually gonna have to eat their words and all this other stuff. I feel like we've all experienced the bottom and we've all experienced the high. And whatever the bottom means for you, because everybody's bottom is different. Everybody's high is different. But I'm speaking on this from a perspective of the people that possibly could have wanted you to have a tough experience here on this earth. There's people in your life that, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, wanted to see you lose. Wanted to see you have a tough time. Wanted to win. Wanted to finish the race before you got there. Even looking at that from a different perspective, is everybody thinks differently. You don't have to take it personally. It could have been anybody that they felt like was a strong competitor to their game. Because remember, us chosen people ain't playing these games. They're playing these games by themselves. They're competing by themselves. There's times where you'll get thrown in the sideline, one of their personal races, one of their personal, concoctions that they're trying to get you involved in. All because you made the choice to deal with these individuals that don't want to see you win, that may have envy, jealousy, hate in their hearts. And it could be for you, or if you look deeper, it could be for your soul, for souls like you who ain't worried about nobody else, who ain't competing with nobody else, who ain't got time for that. You ain't even got time. So even with the first shall be last and the last shall be first, there's people out there that, that's their whole goal, is to be on top. And to get on top, you got to step on toes. You got to hurt people. You don't care who you hurt, who you use, who, just to get there. And guess what? In a sense, they could have won. Because, see, they're in a race within themselves. So, yeah, it looks like on the surface level that they have won this imaginary race that they're in. But guess what? Even in the saying where they say the good guys finish last, even in that sentence alone is very powerful. The good guys finish last. I didn't hear y'all mention the bad ones. There was no mention of the bad guys. That phrase alone, that sentence alone, good guys finish last. I didn't hear nothing about the bad guys though, which tells me that we all assume that the bad finish first. And it must have been a victory that didn't last. A shallow victory. A victory that's not even worth mentioning. They finished first and didn't get no recognition. So I just thought about that. That just came in my mind. I had to jump on here like, nice guys finish last. But they was mentioned. They were talked about. This is something that we've been hearing for years. It shows that they did finish. And it's worth mentioning. So you was already counted out. They already counted you out. And because some individuals have already counted you out or put you in this bracket, this box, this cage of what they thought, oh, that's all they gonna do. That's all they gonna be in life. They ain't worth value. They just knew you was gone. They just knew it. This person gonna give up. This person gonna quit. So even they were shocked when you did finish. You did reach them goals. You are making moves. So I'm here to say, for those that, people may constantly sleep on you, let them keep sleeping. Let them keep sleeping. You know how I get around that? I focus on myself. I'm only bringing these messages from a place of, if you're experiencing this, if this is hurting you, at one point in time, it hurt me. But you learn early as a kid. It depends on your trauma and what you've been through. Some of us have learned since we were kids that, yeah, you got hurt and you got to move through it. Such and such don't believe in you. Oh, well. We had to learn how to take all those insults that we heard every day, all that emotional trauma, neglect, and abuse when it comes to verbal. And we had to turn that pain into purpose. I can use this negativity to continue to be the best version of my little self. Some of y'all been doing this since y'all was a kid. You was always counted out. You was always placed in this little box. People, they just knew what you was going to be. And even if they seen more for you, some of them didn't want to help you along the way. Some of them could have helped you and didn't. So they're surprised that you finished it all. But I'm telling you, your name is worth mentioning. You are a person where your name is worth mentioning. I'm hearing respected. Even if you don't feel this energy right now, it's going to happen for you. You're going to get your flowers while you're still here. So again, let them choose you last. Allow them to feel the way they want to feel about you. Because, see, you can't control nobody but yourself. Keep being you. Keep doing you. Doing what's best for you and yours. And as we show up as our authentic selves, that is helping ourselves as well as others around us. Because we're all doing stuff from a place of our heart, and we're finding out who we are. What we have to bring to ourselves as well as to others. Focus on yourself. That's how you get through people not believing in you. Oh, well. And it's easier said than done. It is. It's easier. That's why you break the day, you break time down into increments. Maybe you have to break your days down into 2, morning and evening, and check in with yourself and your thoughts, and keep reminding yourself that what others have said about you, how they feel about you, ain't got nothing to do with you. Excuse me. That's what I do. And it works, because you don't got time to keep replaying negativity, because how is that going to get you to go forward? It's not. And again, if you are a person that can transmute negativity into positivity, eventually it's still going to eat away at you. Even if you are a powerful person that is an alchemist that can change the energy, it's like you got to keep doing that over and over and over and over again. And it's like you got to get to a place where it's like in the video games when you blocking or you have some type of shield over you, and them little punches and stuff that they throwing at you don't affect you. And you might have to remind yourself when you're going into a dark space to come out of that as quickly as you can, which is first being aware of the emotions and feelings that you feel, allowing yourself to feel them, but then for how long? That's the part that we're getting stuck on, is for how long are we going to allow this? Because sometimes things that replay in your mind, it'll take you back there to that moment, to when whatever was said, and you can still feel how you felt in that moment when you heard it, or when this person did this to you, or whatever the situation has happened. So your mind is going to go back there to the past at times. But then for how long? How long will you ruminate over something that has hurt you? How long will you give yourself? What is your grace? And sometimes people say, well, there's no time limit. There's no time limit. There's no time limit, especially on replaying, things that have happened to you and you're trying to work through them. But if it is bringing you pain, focus on the good that came out of the situation. Don't take things personal. Even if they called you by your name, said your first, middle, and your last name, they was personally talking to you. Still somewhere in your mind, you could still not take it personal. Look at the soul and not the man. And focus on yourself. Give that energy where you could have been thinking about something. You was all sad. You could have been in your feelings. And focus on what's going good for you right now. The good that came from that situation that brought you a lot of pain. Focus on the fact that you still got your mind to even remember things that has happened to you. So I just wanted to bring these messages to you guys. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.